Welcome to Never Ending Faith, the podcast where we dive into the power of faith, inspiration, and the unwavering strength that comes from trusting in God's plan. I'm your host, Dave Carver. I'm so excited to have you with us today. Whether you're starting your day, taking a break, or on a journey of your own, this podcast is here to encourage and uplift you. Each episode will explore the ways faith shapes our lives, helps us overcome obstacles, and fills us with hope for the future. So get ready to be inspired, refreshed, and empowered as we discover how God's never-ending faithfulness can transform every part of our lives. Let's get started. Welcome to another episode of the Never Ending Faith Podcast, the podcast where we explore life's unexpected turns through the lens of enduring hope, resilience, and God's unwavering grace. I'm your host, Dave Carver, and usually we dive into stories of spiritual growth, biblical insights, and the kind of faith that carries us through every season. But today, friends, we're going to take a bit of a different path, one that's deeply personal for me. At 62 years old, I recently found myself suddenly unemployed. One day you're in the rhythm of work, contributing your experience and wisdom built over decades, and the next you're staring at a job market that feels like a minefield designed for you to trip up at every step you take. In this episode, we're going to talk about navigating the job hunt minefield at 62, the algorithms, hoops, and degree madness involved. I'm going to share my own raw experiences, the frustration of resumes vanishing into black hole applicant tracking systems, and jumping through the endless interview hoops, all while facing job postings that demand advanced degrees for roles that I've mastered through years of real-world expertise. We're going to talk about the hidden challenges many of us face over 60, like age bias in a digital world, but more importantly, we're going to talk about how faith can guide us through uncertainty, rejection, and rediscovery. If you're in a similar season or know someone who is, this one's for you. So let's lean into that never-ending faith together as we unpack it all. Hey there, fellow job seekers, or should I say survivors. I'm a 62-year-old veteran of the workforce with a whopping 47 years under my belt. I've bounced through industries like a pinball in an arcade. I've worked from entry-level grunt to mid-level management to upper-level management without ever eyeing the slippery corporate ladder. So why climb when you can coast? But these days, trying to land a gig feels like applying for a job, and more like auditioning for a reality show where the prize is, well, it's just a paycheck. Let's dive into the absurd pitfalls of modern job hunting, with a dash of snarky truth bombs, because if I don't laugh, I'm going to end up crying. And honestly, in seasons like this, I'm reminded of what James says in the Bible. Quote, "Consider it pure joy whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance." James 1, 2-4. Yeah, joy might feel like a stretch for me right now, but clinging to that never-ending faith that I have always keeps me going. The algorithm overlords, when robots play the gatekeeper. Remember when applying for a job meant dropping off a resume at the front desk and charming your way into an interview? The good old days. Now we've got applicant tracking systems, also known as ATS, acting like bouncers in an exclusive nightclub. They scan your life story for keywords like synergy or pivot before deciding if you're even worthy of human eyes. These digital overlords filter out a huge chunk of applicants, often 75%, though some recent data suggests it's more important about deprioritizing than outright rejection. It's also due to formatting quirks or missing buzzwords. It's like submitting your taxes to a glitchy AI system that hates bold fonts. And don't get me started on the inaccuracies. ATS often mangles resume parsing, turning your meticulously crafted experience into digital gibberish. I've tailored my resume to match job descriptions word for word, only to get ghosted faster than a bad Tinder date. Although I haven't had a Tinder date in years. I've been married for 26 now. Snarky aside, if companies trusted these systems so much, why not let them run the whole business? Quote, sorry, your quarterly report lacks sufficient buzzwords. Rejected. Even recruiters hate them, complaining about poor candidate experiences and integration headaches. For us seasoned folks, it's extra insulting. I've got decades of real-world wins, but if my resume doesn't scream, quote, AI-friendly, I'm out. Ageism also creeps in here too. Older workers, like me, often face tougher searches, with biases used against us sometimes baked into the tech and longer unemployment spells often reported. But here's where faith kicks in for me. Proverbs 3:5-6 reminds us to trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. Even though the algorithms may not see my value, God still does. He's the one who opens the doors that no bot can shut. Here's a pro tip. Optimize for ATS by using standard fonts and keywords. Honestly, it's like dressing up for a party where the host is a malfunctioning Roomba. The endless hoops, from assessments to Zoom marathons. Okay, so once you sneak past the ATS, miracle of all miracles, you got there, and prepare for the circus. Modern applications demand more jumps than a kangaroo on caffeine. They make you take personality quizzes, skilled tests, video submissions, and rounds of interviews that rival a presidential campaign. I mean, I'm not running for president. I'm just trying to get a job with your company. Why does applying for a mid-level job feel like training for the Olympics? Fierce competition amps it up with jobs posted everywhere, leading to applicants flooding the market. For older workers like me, this can be exhausting. It can be exasperating. I mean, at times you just want to shut down the laptop and walk away. We're dealing with health tweaks or just pain fatigue from time to time from decades of grinding, yet companies expect us to perform like eager interns. And age discrimination, it's real. Many folks over 50 report seeing or experiencing it, with subtle biases adding to the grind. If I wanted this much unpaid labor, I'd volunteer at a circus, honestly. But in these marathon hoops, I'm holding on to Romans 5:3-5, which says, we also glory in our sufferings because we know that suffering produces perseverance. Perseverance, character, and character, hope. Now, this job hunt that I'm currently on is building something in me. It's building resilience, maybe even deeper trust that God's got a plan for me, even when the whole world feels rigged against me. Companies streamline your process or risk scaring off talent. Your reputation's tanking faster than a bad stock pick. What are some of the common pitfalls when applying for a job at this age? Well, 1, not tailoring your resume or cover letter is a real killer. Generic applications scream, I don't care. Grammar slips or outdated formats. Those are just immediate rejection. And at my age, I've seen trends come and go, but nothing beats a clean, customized pitch. Still, though, when did apply become synonymous with endure a gauntlet? Degree inflation. When a master's degree is the new high school diploma. Talk about absurdity. When exactly did entry-level jobs start demanding a master's degree? Back in my day, a bachelor's degree or even some experience got you in the door. Now it's credentialism run amok. It's degree inflation where jobs that once needed basic skills require advanced sheepskins just to apply. That locks out millions and millions of Americans without degrees while creating talent shortages in some fields. This hits hard for non-traditional paths like mine. Again, I've got 47 years of hands-on experience. But if the job posting screams master's required, I'm instantly sidelined. Next up, PhDs for baristas. Sorry, your latte art lacks thesis level innovation. Thankfully, some employers are shifting to skills-based hiring. ditching degree demands for real competence, and that's a good thing. That's a trend that started gaining traction in 2025. However, it reminds me of how God values the heart and faithfulness over outward credentials, like with David, the shepherd boy he chose as king. So let's wrap this up. Let's keep it real, folks. Job hunting at 62 isn't for the faint of heart. Between ATS bots, endless assessments, and degree gatekeeping, it's a wonder that any of us ever gets hired. If you add in ageism, where we're seen as relics despite our wisdom, it's a recipe for real frustration. But here's the real talk, grounded in never-ending faith. Like Job, who lost everything yet held fast, or James 1:12, promising a crown of life to those who persevere under trial. We're called to endure with hope. God's mercies are new every morning, and even to our gray hairs, He says, I will carry you. Network like crazy, highlight your experience over credentials, lean into prayer when rejection stings us, and don't let the system grind you down. God's timing is perfect, and this season, well, if nothing else, it's producing perseverance that'll carry us further than any job ever could. Hang in there with me, friends. We've got this together. Keep the faith alive.